Learn how to fight a lot. Everything and everybody. I learned how to forgive. And from him, I saw how to heal. On the fighting side, I learned that the captured warrior who was tortured became the statesman who forgave and healed a relationship between his former adversary and our nation. I went to the Hanoi Hilton. It's one of the highlights of my life with a John. It's now a museum, and we're the bad guys because they get to write how the museum reads. I remember being in front of his cell, and you can see the wheels turning and the memories coming back. And as we walked forward, surrounded by a bunch of handlers, and John McCain was Elvis in Vietnam. It was the most amazing thing in the world, how people adored him in Vietnam. I saw a bunch of photos on the wall of the prisoners playing volleyball, sitting in the sun with sunglasses on. I said, John, must have not been that bad after all. And he said, with a wry smile, I don't remember it this way, which allowed us to get out of Vietnam. I remember him embracing a war that nobody wanted to talk about because he understood what it would cost to lose it. I remember him supporting the surge when everybody was willing to get out of Iraq because they were so tired of it and saw no way forward. I remember the fighter. I remember the 2008 campaign when in 2007, John McCain was fifth in a four-person race. Written off as politically dead, no money. The Straight Talk Express had no wheels. I had a sheer determination after a visit to Iraq where General Petraeus allowed him to talk in July to 600 people who are going to re-enlist in a war that they did not have to continue to fight. And about equal number were becoming citizens because they were fighting for their country and had expedited citizenship. 2 empty chairs in the front with boots. And John asked, what is that all about? 2 didn't make it to the ceremony, but they were given their citizenship that day. I remember about 2,000 soldiers wanting a photo, and every one of them got it. I remember it being so hot I couldn't breathe, but we stayed anyway. I remembered coming back and getting the nomination only to lose. I remember that night very well. He had wanted to be president. He was prepared to be president, but it was not his to have. And I remember above all else, the speech he gave that night. John taught us how to lose. When you go throughout the world, people remember his concession speech as much as anything else. There are so many countries where you can't afford to lose because they kill you. And John said that night, President Obama is now my president. So he healed the nation at a time he was hurt. I learned that serving a cause greater than yourself hurts. Anybody in the military can tell you the risk you take. He couldn't put his jacket on. He couldn't comb his hair because he got hurt serving a cause greater than himself. I remember how easy it is to say and how hard it is to do. How hard it is to tell your base, I think you're wrong. How hard it is to solve problems that nobody else wants to talk about. I learned that failure and success are the different sides of the same coin. That John told me I have become better from my failures because it teaches us. And I've been tempted by my success. And without my failures, I would have never been successful. So to those who are striving as a young person, remember John McCain. He failed a lot, but he never quit. And the reason we're talking about him today, and the reason I'm crying, is because he was successful in spite of his failures.